hour and a half ago. It was a great event. We had two big meetings out there with a couple of churches and a couple of pastors, and that team is on fire. Also got a chance to stop by and see some other team members I actually used to do business with a couple of years ago and get them started. And we're just on fire. And it's grind season, so we're just grinding it out, not making excuses, and just excited, man. Just excited to go get it, and I'm really enjoying the process. Even yesterday or last night in the wee hours of the morning, we had to pull over, because I was tired after presenting and all that stuff, and I couldn't go the whole way, the whole 4.5, 5 hours, and I pulled over to a rest stop and had to even sleep there for like literally an hour, 2 hours. But hey, I got up and made it in about an hour ago, and I'm back on this call. So I understand the process. So when you understand the process, you just go through the process because you know that the reward is at the end of the process. So just excited, man. Just want to encourage everyone to go through the process, man. And just excited to be here with you legends, and excited, ready to get the week kicked off the right way.
That's all right. Hey, Big Kirk, welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Yes, I agree with Milton that we're in the grind right now, which is, in my opinion, the best time to be building is when a lot of people are taking time off. And I was always taught those who work hard in the slow times make the most money in the good times, and I have found it to be true. And I'm out here on Cape Cod. I'll probably be going down to Connecticut at some point. I'll be meeting some other people around Massachusetts and looking forward to coming down to Maryland at some point to be with you, Julius. So we're in the grind. That's right. What Milton said, you have to just keep moving forward, treat this like a real business. Just because the weather gets nice doesn't mean you put Think Plus on the shelf. You keep going.
That's it. Big John.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Coach. What's going on?
You know what? Milton had one of his superstars. He was presenting out in 5 hours from his house. He was on the road all day yesterday. And he had one of his Tyvon White. And the guy lives in St. Louis, Missouri. And this guy's lighting it up. We had him spotlighted last night. And man, did this guy get me fired up? Can you mute whoever's making a noise in the background, please? Beautiful. Oh, now we got a dog going. Can you mute the dog?
Yeah, everybody's muted. Let me see where that's coming from.
All right, we sound like we're good now. So anyway, we had 88 people on a Sunday night call, and it really hit me, Jewel, because like Kirk said, Milton said, summer times are the slow time, not just in network marketing, but basically in every business out there. Everybody's on a mental or physical vacation. But Kirk's exactly right in what he stated. The people like Milton and his team and a lot of others, many others, that are putting the time in right now, not only the time, but taking the action steps needed, right? And what is that? We all know what that is. Exposing people to the business. And they're the people that are going to reap the huge benefits and rewards. And how I can say that so confidently, because my mind is just going back like 8 years ago when I did it. I didn't know where I was going, right? I didn't know that Lo and I were going to hit life-changing monthly income. And once you feel that or see that a little bit, just see it a little bit, man, nothing will stop you, right? And Kirk always has a phrase, and I coined this phrase: your doubt will take you out of all action, but your action will take you out of any doubt. And that's how the people on this call, and there's a lot of winners on this call, it's just doing the same thing. It's following the leader. And I can tell you this, folks, I know basically a majority of the top earners in this industry. I had the pleasure of sharing the stage with many of them or at conventions. Milton Burt is like nobody I've ever seen before. I mean, Julius, you're another example. You're hopping on a plane, going to Maryland, doing your own meetings. You're taking control, and Milton is taking control as you are the CEO of your company, right? We all are. But it's the mindset that we have, the drive. What moves people? Achievement, success, saying, why not me? Right? If somebody else can have, that's where I started. I watched people walking across the stage at the first convention I ever went to, and I'm in the back of the room, and I see all these people with smiles on their face hitting these ranks. Then I looked in the comp plan. I said, man, this dude just made 2,500 bonus. This dude just made $5,000 bonus. And I said, why not me? And I didn't have the skills. Many of us don't have the skills when we first get started. And you know what? I let my stubbornness down. I surrendered to the process. And the rest is history. When I realized, man, this thing is pretty easy, right? It's about, like Tyvon White said, you right when you first come into business, if you don't have a big list, you're not in the business. If you're pulling names out of your hat and out of your phone, you're not in the business. You're going to be playing small ball, and you're going to fail, or you're going to reach levels that won't make you move forward. It's amazing, Julius, when people just start disciplining themselves, no matter what their background is, and start saying, I'm going to treat this real. What do I need to do? I need to write a big list, hundreds of people. I keep adding every day. I probably got 500 people. And then we start chunking this list. We are only looking for people that are looking. And let me tell you this. There's a lot of people out there needing what we have. And if nobody approached me, Jewel, over 9 years ago, nobody came over my house on a Friday night, I wouldn't know anything about this. I'd still be a union pipe fitter or running my business that was driving me up a wall. Stress. This is a way to release the stress in your lives. And you know, and life's tough out there. And, you know, Milton, it reminds me of me. When I was running my business, I used to travel 5 hours, get done working 1 o'clock in the afternoon, drive 5 hours from New Jersey to Boston, do a meeting, a presentation, come back, get back to Jersey at 3:30 in the morning, lay on the couch, get my work clothes on, back out the door at 5 a.m. And you know what? You'll get some people who tell you they don't have the time, that they're too busy. The fact of the matter is, when people come into business, you hold their hand. You get them plugged in. You get them trained. Show them how to get customers, right? And once people have a little bit of the vision of what this can mean to them and their families, they'll run through a brick wall to get it like we all would. So, yeah, Milton, tell us a little bit about what drives you, man. I mean, here it is, July. It's the dog days of summer. It's hot. People are slowing down. People are just lackadaisical. But I seen pictures yesterday, Julius. Milton had 50, 60 people in a room. And this man commands a room like I've never seen. So what drives you, Milton?
Awesome. Great question, Big John. And thank you for all you do. What drives me is also just seeing others win. Of course, my wives, my family. I always brag about my mother, and, you know, I have a very supportive family. And again, we're not getting younger, you know, even myself, I'm not getting younger, which means my mother isn't getting younger. She'll be 62 in a couple of days. And like I always say, she's very successful. She doesn't need anything from me, but it's just when you have someone who's been in your corner through ups and downs, and always, since you were brought into this world, since I was, a day old or a minute old, whatever needed or whatever I ever want to do, it didn't matter if it was music, basketball, baseball, network marketing. She just always never made an excuse about anything. So, that's a driving factor for me more than anything. But also, again, just wanting to see other people win, and then just being a winner. Like you said, we all go through our ups and downs, and I really, really, really love the process. And it's one thing when you've been able to, it's one thing when people get lucky and win, but when you know how to win, it's just a whole different ballgame. So when you've seen this play out before, you just know what it takes to win. Like, it's like people that's been to the finals, like LeBron before. I guess recently he was going to the finals every year. They called it the LeBron finals, right? He knew what it took to win, so you expected him to be there every single year. Of course, he's getting more, he's getting older as far as age and different things like that. But when you just know how to win, you just know how to win, and you just know what it takes. So you pretty much condition your body to be able to take stuff that a lot of people can't take. Like, really, it's just mental. Being able to go through those stretches where you may go a year, 8 months, 10 months, or 15 months and not see everything that you want to see, but you understand that you have to get through these stretches to be able to get on the other side. And again, that's just the process. So I remember a sermon I was listening to from T.D. Jakes a while back, and he was talking about just people in life, and he was talking about preachers and pastors and the young pastors, and he was saying everybody wants to pretty much get to this level where you have the huge congregation, right? And it could be the same thing with Think Energy. You have this huge team, people coming in every day all over the world, and customers coming in, and they want to get to that, but they don't want to go through the process. They don't want to go through what it takes to get there. And I remember that sermon like it was yesterday. He was talking about how, of course, we all know him as who he is today, but we didn't know him, or I didn't know him when he was the janitor for another pastor, small church somewhere in the South, and he was just sitting there preaching and to himself, and he was cleaning up, and no audience was there and all that stuff. People just really want to go up without process. So me just understanding that it's the process, but you go through that process. It's like at the end of the day, you got to get it over with. You can't escape it. It's like there's no way to escape it. So if you want success, you got to go through the process. So that's all.
That's right.
Understanding.
So you know what, Milton? You're 100% spot on. And I want to ask all three is a simple question, because this is where the success leads. Milton, you're building a machine with great people coming into your business. The Roberts, Linda Powell, like I there's too many to name. Tyvon White, but Milton, how do you get people started? Because it's very critical to having success, right? When we become successful when we help other people become successful. We both spoke that it's the best business model in the world. What do you do when you get a new advisor in? Do you just sign them up and run away from them?
No, I get them trained. I get them trained right away into systems I've created, and make sure they understand the system and the way, we build. And with me, I think what it is too, and you just hit on it, a lot of people don't understand. I'm not, even though I'm a part of Think Energy, I love Think Energy, but see, people get confused. It's about really selling yourself. So I don't think people understand how important it is that your people buy into you before they even buy into Think Energy. Because, and again, this is not to toot my own horn or anything like that, but I know you leaders can relate to it. It don't matter if we're selling safety pins. At the end of the day, it's not going to matter, because it's all about the person that is leading the charge. Like you always say, the speed of the crew, the speed of the leader determines the speed of the crew. So nobody is going to outwork me. Nobody's going to outwork me. Nobody's going to go harder than me. So at the end of the day, when you got that type of mentality, that Mamba mentality, killer instinct, is contagious. So people are going to not have a problem with going hard, because I've never been the type of leader to look at, oh, I got the Roberts on my team, and yeah, they're going to set me free financially, or I got Taiwan on my team, or Powell or Stewart, and oh yeah, I can sit back and relax. I'm still going to outwork everyone. So at the end of the day, I think that's contagious and people respect that. And then when you do have a track record of being able to succeed, no matter what the company is, people follow you. So again, I'm grateful, because I was just saying this to someone yesterday. It's funny, even though we're early on, maybe 120 days on, I believe, and even other leaders on here, I see the Kimbrough on here, Brian Kimbrough, this is probably the most leaders I've had in a short amount of time ever in my entire 10 years. And I know a lot of it, of course, comes from experience. All of it, of course, comes from God. But I'm just saying, just understanding, just going through that process and just taking it to a whole nother level and steady working to improve myself. So yeah, I believe you attract who you are. You can't say you want killers in your organization, people that can build and go put in 100 customers, and you can't go put in 100 customers, or you can't present, or you can't go. You got to go out, and even you can't do that stuff. You have to learn how to do that stuff and spend time on mastering your craft. It's hard to outproduce somebody that's spending 20 out of 24 hours on a craft. You're just not going to be able to do it. You're just not, because you got to spend time on it. So that would be my answer as far as that goes.
Well, thank you, brother. Julius, you're flying all over the place. You're one of the best communicators, Julius, that I've seen, right? That's one of your keys to getting people plugged in, making people feel like they're part of something, right? That's the key, right, folks? When you hold somebody's hand, get them educated, show them how to have success, you got a real high percentage of winning, right? So, Julius, you're one of the best. You communicate with your online chats. Bella Wurzberger's a master at that, getting her team to plug in. So what's your keys, Julius, when you have a lot of new people signing in from all over the United States? What's your key, Joel?
I believe that, so in this industry, we know that, people, it doesn't take a lot, right? One family phone call and somebody's out of the business, right? So I say you got 48 hours to keep them alive, right? You're giving them some oxygen for 48 hours. You're getting them plugged into the system. And that's my thing, is that's the first 48 hours that they get the basics done. Certification, I don't care about all the websites. I don't care about, in the first 48 hours, they got to be able to put themselves in as a customer. Because if you can show them how to get to their first win, you can get them to their second win. Then you get them to their third win. And, now, people launching their businesses, we got launches all week, every day this week, right? So then it's launching your business. For somebody who's never been in business, never been an entrepreneur, you gotta get them right away. Let's get a list and let's invite folks to get your business started. And so I'm a systems person, so I just believe that you get somebody plugged in, you get their list, and you get them started immediately. That's how you keep it going. And so, a lot of I say, a lot of what I do is really help leaders, when leaders come in, making sure they don't have to worry about the system. The system's there. The system's going to run. The system's not emotional. I tell people, the system, like I love what, I look at Kirk and I look at Milton and yourself, is that the system, the process is not emotional, but we get emotional about things that don't feed our families. And I always tell people, I'm like, look, the system is easy in this business. This business it breaks it down just like this, is that I'm gonna invite somebody. And I always tell people tell me on my team, I had somebody tell me, oh man, I had 18 no's. I said, it's impossible to get 18. They said, well, why is that? I said, because if you invite somebody, if you just invite them and they won't come, you got some more social challenges. We got to go back and do some get how to influence friends reading, because the thing is that this process works no matter who you are. I've seen somebody that told me they have no friends just to invite 3 straight. Hey, can I invite you to give me your opinion, invite you to look at what I'm doing? And what I find is that the system is non-emotional process. And now it's about, Big John calls it flipping cards. Kirk's is his follow-up. And, I look at Milton. Milton is just like pounding it away because the system really does not. If you take the system and you follow it and you trust your leader, there is no way to fail. I'm not saying it's always going to be. I always say it's simple. It's not always going to, may not always be easy, but if you just follow the system, you'll have people looking. And I have some leaders, especially when I see leaders in states where they can't even be customers. I did a church meeting for a church yesterday in Atlanta. You're like, well, why are you doing a church meeting in Atlanta? We haven't announced Georgia. No. But guess what? All those people in Georgia know people in all the states we're in. And we may not go to Georgia for 6 months, a year, 2 years. But guess what? That pastor understands, oh, I know pastors all over the country. Because it is about the mentality of the people you bring in. And again, everybody, remember the system, the process is not an emotional thing. It is going in with your list of 200, 300, 400 and building a business. And that's really what it's all about. And Big John, I love that. I love to see leaders win in that space.
Well, you're spot on too. Kirk Horan. Kirk, we know when we get excited and we come into the business, we all go through the process. We want to build, right? We want to, invite people. We want to get our board of directors set. But here's what I see the problem is for a lot of people. When they come in, we're at a high level of excitement, right? We're moving. We're just reacting. We're acting and reacting. But what happens is we get a core group of people. I heard somebody say, oh, I sponsored 16 people. Nobody's doing nothing. I get it. Part of that is some of them weren't the right people. Part of that is some of them, you didn't hold their hand. You didn't get them plugged in. You didn't ask them what they want out of this opportunity. See, you got to hold people's hands like a newborn baby. And time will tell. Time will tell if they want this bad enough by their actions. Everybody is exposed. So Kirk, but then I see the other people like Kirk Horan that go after and sponsor a lot in the beginning, but keep sponsoring as he goes along. He never stops. Does he focus more on building his teams? Yes. Is he still getting customers? Yes. Is he still showing the opportunity? Yes. He's a complete player. That's why he's going to be a multi-million-dollar a year earner. So, Kirk, tell us why you keep exposing people to the opportunity, even at the level you're at.
Well, feeding off of what Milton said earlier, I think we all have the same mindset in that, I feel like nobody's going to outwork me. And I like to say that I don't go out to do this business. I do it while I'm out.
Beautiful.
And people will buy into you, not into the company. They want to know that you can get them where they want to go. And I see, like, Milton's brought in Tyvon, he's got Brian, he's got an army of incredible people. I mean, Brian Kimbrough's over in Connecticut right now. Milton and Tyvon were just down in St. Louis, a state that's not open. Julius is in Georgia. I mean, we have leaders all over the country right now building this business. Don Boyd was just out in New Mexico for a week. People are planting the seed, getting ready, and they're doing that because their belief level is at a high level. So, yeah, I go out. I believe that bringing new people in on a regular basis is how you keep your organization growing, because we know as people get some experience under their belt, some people treat this like a real business and show up every day. Some people plug away when they can, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their own vision of what this will do for them, but bringing new people in is the lifeblood of your business. They come in, they're excited, they're ready to go get their first customers. That's why I continue to sponsor people. And I'm never going to tell somebody to do something that I'm not doing. You got to lead by example. And I believe that's what we need to do. We don't get paid to sponsor people. Think is in the energy business. We're in the people business. We actually get paid to lift people up, teach people, help them grow, stand by them, let them know you're there, support them 100%, and try to be available for as many people as you can while you're continuing to live somewhat of a normal life while we're in the early phases. And these people that are out there crushing it right now understand this is ground floor. And if you move like your hair's on fire, you're going to position yourself to be at the top. And that's a great goal for everyone who wants to be there to have during the summer, because that's when the difference is made.
100%, 100%. All right, 1 minute from each of you. Let's close this out. We have, and mind everybody, folks, tonight is the state of the company call. Our CEO, our corporate team. One thing you're going to know about Michael Falquist, and he's the reason I'm here today, or else I wouldn't be involved in anything. It's because of him. But you're always going to have announcements. That's going to give you the ability to get massive momentum. Now, what you do with that, it's up to us as individuals. I know there's people in Kirk's group in Massachusetts, they're throwing customers in like crazy. Every house is like $200, $220 for electricity and community solar. That's a lot of money, folks. I mean, you can sit on your couch and make $2,000 a day. Show me how you could do that with a job. So 1 minute to close it out. Make sure everybody plugs in to the state of the company. Make sure you invite people. Go show 5 people the video. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to be recruiting today, or I'm going to be exposing people. So Milton, 1 minute from you, Julius and Kirk. Kirk, we'll start with you. One minute of what do you think somebody could do today that will start getting them on the right path to success?
Well, there's a couple things. First, I don't want to leave out Mikey Gomez, first of all, because he's up there in Massachusetts from the state of Florida. He's been up there for a while. He's working with his partner Noel up there. I don't want to leave them out. But anyways, what I would be doing today, obviously you're always working the list, but what I'm going to do today, John, is I'm going to reach out to people that I've been, kind of planting the seed with and say, are you busy tonight? Are you available around 8:00? And I'm going to invite them to the state of the company address so they can hear our CEO and they can hear the recognition of the people. We're going to hear tonight. We're going to hear the people who earned the trip. We're going to hear some announcements. We're going to hear more of Michael's vision. And to me right now, there's a lot of people looking for something, and to hear it straight from the CEO of the company and the leadership and hear the success people are already having, that's pretty much what I'm spending most of my day doing while I'm touching base with the other leaders to make sure they're trying to replicate what I'm doing.
Thank you, Kirk. Milton, 1 minute. What
John,
can you
one more thing, I just don't want to forget that there's 2 Connecticut trainings this week. Make sure people, there's one, I just sent it out to a couple people. There's 2 Connecticut trainings this week because they had to cancel last week because of weather. So I know we have people in Connecticut been waiting,
Yep.
Get them plugged in. Everybody should be certified for Connecticut.
Yep. Milton, 1 minute. What would you recommend to somebody that's new or somebody that's just been, plotting around, not plugging in, but not really taking action?
Great question. It's just real simple. Run. And when I say run like your hair's on fire, and talk to everybody you come in contact with. Everyone and anyone, go through your messenger from years back, go through your phone. Everybody, they have to at least be pitched Think Energy opportunity. And again, that would be my number one advice, because again, when the masses find out about anything, you're already too late. And that's another thing. And I know I only got about 40 more seconds. That's what keeps me going, because I've seen other people that's been there first and other similar opportunities that were not even half of this opportunity. And I saw them guys go earn $100, $200 million because they were first. So I feel like this is our lottery ticket, and you can not scratch yours off of you if you don't want to, but I'm scratching mine off because again, it's not guaranteed to ever come again where you're able to be first in something like this. So again, I've literally talked to, I've gone on little blitz where I might just go, okay, Milton, we're gonna go crazy this morning. 50 people right now, bam, and just call 50 people and maybe get 10 or 15 to join the business, right? And that's more than what some people would do their entire Think Energy career. But again, I understand that right now we have a lottery ticket, whether you all realize it or not. And because we've seen this before, we're not working so hard so much for right now. We're working hard because we know what's about to hit in the next year or 2 years, which is everybody in your area gonna start talking about this and who you think they're gonna come under. So that's all I have to say. So, and again, I will be on that Connecticut training team. If you are a part of our team, I'm going on there today because as Kirk and John shared with you all, and I believe Julius said, you have to be certified with Connecticut as far as for you to receive commissions from anything that's coming out of Connecticut. And again, we have a big team ready to explode out there. So if anybody is wondering, team, I will be putting a video in the group thread. I will be on there, and I encourage our entire team to get on there because none of us have been certified for Connecticut, but we're gonna get certified today. So that's all I have to say. Run.
Thank you, Milton. Thank Julius. 1 minute from you.
I'm gonna be brief. There's an incredible poem called "The Man in the Arena," and it talks about the idea. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have bumps. It doesn't mean that things are going to go perfect. It doesn't mean that the world is going to always be your oyster. But then there's the other person that's watching the man or woman in the arena. What I'll tell you is that you don't want to be the person watching, because in 24 months, you're going to be sitting here saying, man, I was on that call back in July of 2024, and now I'm watching people's lives changed. And I watched for months, and I watched for years. And what I don't want for anybody, I think everybody who's on this call, almost 100 people on this call this morning, you all deserve to be in the arena. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have bumps. It doesn't mean it's not going to be hard days. But what I'll tell you is that at the other side of this, there's something that Kirk, Milton, Big John, and myself know, is that, I got a picture that I keep on my desk every day. It was me at the Mavericks Arena in Texas in front of about 20,000 people. And I remember being on that stage at my previous company and talking to people. And I never forget, I looked out, and I never forget this moment where I said, man, it's all the choices I made every day that will that got me to this point. And for each and every person, it's a choice you make. It's a choice to be on a Mojo Call. It's a choice to have people on the Zooms. It's a choice to be at training. The choices you make every day will predict what your tomorrow will be. So I want you to be in the arena. So right now, every day, I put into the chat, every meeting, every day this week, everything you do every day will predict what it will look like for you in the next 12 to 24 months. Be in the arena, be in the game, because the worst thing you could do is be up in the stands looking and watching your friends be successful and financially free. So, guys, let's just be in an arena together.
Thank you, Julius. Thank you, guys. I want to thank everybody for spending a Monday morning in July, 100 people on this call. Folks, I'll just say this. If you want it bad enough, you could have it, right? If your passion is so great, like most people on this call, it's going to overcome your excuses, right? And it starts with us. And how it starts with me is my love for my wife, my family, my kids, my grandchildren, my church. That's why I'm doing this. So if you really define your why and want this bad enough, you can have it. You just got to want it that bad, folks. You really do. And it will change your life. Make it a 4-year plan. 4-year plan with a consistent, persistent effort, and watch what happens to you. Watch what happens to your life. Watch how it becomes more stress-free. You will have it. It's going to happen. A lot of people go to the grave with potential. Don't be that person. Don't be the person that lives with regret, wondering why you didn't put more effort in. It's going to happen with or without any of us. I say, let's do it together. God bless you. Have a great day. See you at 8 o'clock tonight Eastern, 7 Central. Let's promote. Let's go get it, guys. Thanks.
Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
These two incredible bonuses are valued together at 100.
Great call, guys.
Awesome, guys. Awesome.
Okay. I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. Sun is shining down on
Julius.
me. Birds are singing praise. I'm about to have
Julius.
a good day.
Hey, did you get my
In every
message?
single way.
I put it in the chat.
God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day. Baby in my arms, walking through the neighborhood, living in the present, not what I shoulda or could. I remember back when I was low as a rug. Now I'm standing up, look at what my father does, turning all things new, gray skies blue. Hear the church say, won't he do it? I know he's got my back. That's why I'm singing that I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Sun is shining down on me.
I sent you a text in the chat.
I'm about to have a good day. In every single way. The God who made the universe knows so it's a good day.
Huh?
It's a good day. No, it's great.
The music, I don't know. Is that my music or your music? I can't
I got all I need and I didn't have
All right, I'll
to
text you
wait.
directly.
Ask me if you love me, you didn't hesitate. Turning all things to grace.
I'll text you directly off this line.
Okay.
He do it.
Bye.
I know